Evening all, TMR once again, it's TMR time. So just to let you know that we don't just do horror films and all those nasty things that we do. I understand we have some female viewers, so I thought we'd do something a little bit lighter today. So today we're going to be talking about Pretty Woman. Yes, and I do own a copy of Pretty Woman. From 1990, directed by Jerry Marshall, starring Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. The romantic modern-day Cinderella tale, as it was promoted for at the time. But interestingly, it wasn't meant to be that way. So the original screenplay was called $3,000 A Week with Vivian. And it was supposed to be a dark, gritty drama about drug addiction and prostitution in Los Angeles. And the final scene was supposed to be of Edward throwing Vivian out the car and then dropping the money on top of her as he drove off. And her roommate Kit was supposed to die of a drug overdose in the film. So that wasn't what was originally done, was it now? Because we all know Disney swooped in and turned it into the modern fairy tale that we all know and love. Julia Roberts at the time was 21 years old when she auditioned for it. She had to audition twice, as the role was originally turned down by Molly Ringwald, who was very big in the 80s. Michelle Pfeiffer, Meg Ryan, and Daryl Hannah also turned the role down, so Julia Roberts wasn't the studio's first choice. Richard Gere turned the role down multiple times. He said that the role of Edward was basically didn't have any real sort of character to it, and he didn't know where he could take it. And apparently it was a meeting between him and Julia Roberts where Julia Roberts handed him a post-it note saying, "Please say yes," that he eventually agreed to take the role of Edward. It was kind of strange as well that the car that's used in the film, which is a Lotus Esprit, originally Ferrari and Porsche were approached to provide the car for the film, but they both turned it down because they didn't want to be involved in a film about prostitution. So Lotus stepped in, provided the Esprit, and tripled their sales in America. So they didn't do too badly out of it, did they? And the scene in the jewelry store that everyone remembers, where he's showing, I think it's a necklace, and then he slams the case shut on her fingers. That was improvised by Richard Gere just so we could get a genuine laugh out of Julia Roberts, and Gary Marshall loved it so much he left it in the film. And the scene in the bathtub where she's watching TV, just off camera, Jerry Marshall's tickling her feet to get a proper laugh out of it, a genuine laugh. So it's little things like that that endeared the film to so many people. And it was the highest grossing R-rated film for 34 years. It was only surpassed by Deadpool and Wolverine, which was 2024. Up until that point, it was the highest grossing R-rated movie in the US and worldwide, where it box office was over $430 million. Also got Julia Roberts, catapulted her to stardom, obviously. She was nominated for a Golden Globe and an Oscar. And Richard Gere didn't do too bad of it either, did he, to be fair? And the final thing about the film was that it was adapted into a Broadway musical in 2018 with music and lyrics by Bryan Adams. So all in all, a good film. I do enjoy it. I have liked it. I scored it a 7 out of 10 way back when I first started using IMDb. So if you haven't found it or seen it yet, where have you been? Everybody's seen Pretty Woman. Give it a watch. I'm sure it's on a streaming site somewhere. Or you can get a copy like myself. 15th anniversary edition, that one. So that was 2005. I got that. So, Pretty Woman, big thumbs up from me. See what you think. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.